outside looking in, trying to cash in a late ticket to the PacWest tournament in March.
They're on the outside looking in, though. That's the key. Both teams are fighting for their postseason lives in this particular matchup. The loser of this one has a steep uphill climb, whereas the winner still technically could control their own destiny. Vanguard has 3 more games after this, all in NorCal, so they have to win tonight. So essentially, there's no keys. You just got to bring your hard hat and your lunch pail and go to work tonight. Whatever it takes, you have to do that to win. Tangibly, though, they're helped by the fact that Chris Harris, one of the top 4 scorers in Biola, is not active tonight. So for that reason, Vanguard has to be able to take away the other 3 because this is a very top-heavy Biola roster that scores from the top, doesn't have a lot of bench depth. So Vanguard just has to do whatever it takes to win tonight.
But to recover after a tough loss to APU.
I mean, it wasn't just a tough loss. It was embarrassing, to be quite frank. I mean, this was not a Vanguard University men's basketball team that showed up on Thursday night against Azusa Pacific. They were lethargic. Their effort was not there at all, and I'm sure fans at home were wondering what the heck just happened. You get to see this sometimes, though. When teams come back from Hawaii, that Hawaii hangover is a real thing.
Yeah.
Hopefully that was just a case of that and not a trend moving forward, because you cannot sleepwalk against Point Loma. This will be a 20-0 ball game before you blink.
Crossover, and we have got 2 teams at kind of different sides of the road here, but with both kind of in a rebuild situation in terms of the starting lineup, this is going to be really interesting to start this match.
It is, and these are 2 teams that are in very different positions given what happened last year. Vanguard started off hot, had everyone's attention, and then they lost it. Sandberg had everyone's attention for the whole season.
Before the Eagles dispatch the Lions in La Mirada, as an athletic effort is not to be.
Great decision, though, by Aranda there on the interior, able to make that last-second decision. Once he saw that Sammy was committed in the air, I mean, guy of his size, he doesn't really have the quick first step to be able to recover to Paris Tillman.
Hooks it to Martin. Sprayed to Gaylor, way downtown, yes.
TC's got to have a much more aggressive closeout on Gaylor right there. I mean, he is the #1 3-point shooter in the conference. If you're in a got-to situation, the choice has been made for you already by his resume.
8th in the nation. Gets out to use it to Gale. Stops in a dime. Works around the arc. Metz. Gentle floater got the roll.
Really good offense right there. Boogie making a first touch decision, getting off to TC. TC's pass right there really won the possession for Vanguard. No hesitation on the touch pass on the 1-up.
Spins inside, finds Scully, who's left alone, and makes him pay.
TC goes by many nicknames. A big LeBron fan, so that one you get La Splash from downtown.
You do not want that number to crank up here as Hallen gets Gaylor off his feet.
Right read right there was an isolation play. Brown did well to guard the initial action, but Eric Hallen says, let me find my brother part 2 in this half.
Heavy pass to Hallen. Caution for 3, short. Richardson rips down the rebound.
The fact that Sammy Hallen didn't get a single touch on that possession is losing basketball. Forgive me for my bluntness, but that it really is. He needs a touch when Tyus Parrish-Tillman, one of the best shot blockers in the nation, is off the floor.
First blood.
Good aggressive drives early. That's a really good sign for Vanguard. But watch Point Loma the next time they're on defense. Notice all their feet. They are not going out past the 3-point line at all, daring Vanguard to shoot.
So found some real estate, but Cisse wants to go to work. We'll go here to Point Loma.
Well scouted. Andrew Nagy sitting on that left hand all day. Pop Cisse's got to get to his drop step in that situation, though.
How do you think the second half is going to develop between these 2 sides?
Well, I think Point Loma's going to get going again for 3. I think they're going to start having Andrew Nagy be more of a pick and pop guy, because that one shot that they hit on that left wing to end the half, I think showed them something, right? Obviously, they've been trying to attack in the middle third still, and I think they're going to continue to do that, but now it's going to be hit Nagy, force the soft help, hand off, pick and pop, and just let Nagy get going from deep. Because, again, they did that in that Dominguez Hills game where Nagy had, 4 points in the first half, and then he exploded to 20 in the second half. So I think they're going to call up his number right now. Paulson also was really quiet in the first half. Vanguard has to not fall asleep on him. Don't let the 46% 3-point shooter ignite their entire offense. I do think he's a little bit nervous by Bryson Metz, though. Bryson Metz started to have that look in his eye. As soon as he started to have that little pep in his step where he looked over at the bench and gave that, you better guard me, son. As soon as he had that look in his eye, I was like, okay, Bryson Metz is here to play. Because against Azusa, he wasn't here.
Yeah.
Like, it was not the same Bryson Metz that we've known the last 3 years. And the fact that we're seeing that, watch out, Point Loma.
At the baseline for Nagy. Jabbing, driving on Cisse. Works his way to the basket. Can't finish, gets it back. Cisse needs some help here.
And I understand, you said it right. He needed some help right there. However, he shouldn't need help. I mean, if you're 6'9", you got to be able to protect the rim. I mean, one-on-one. I mean, I would salivate at that. You think you can score on me one-on-one? Guess what? No, you're not even going to get to the paint. And Nagy just had his way, burying him underneath the rim. Obviously, it gets to the free throw line on the follow-up attempt, but now Vanguard obviously sees the writing on the wall and going to try to go and try Sammy Howland's hand.
Away from Nobles and floats it into Sammy Howland. Goes up, can't finish, gets it back, pump fake, elevates, and puts it up and in.
Wasn't pretty, but it was effective. Sammy Howland just trying to be a man amongst boys down low.
Swillis to the cup.
Terrific execution by Vanguard. Hit the elbow, tight shape up by Dylan Swillis, and it's easy peasy. Getting to his inside hand finish, a little Rajon Rondo action.
Here's Uchidegele, goes downhill on King. Did he walk? Not quite.
And that's what Vanguard has to do. They understand that Chaminade wants to play fast. That includes their shot blocking ability, where if they see ball, they're going to go pursue it. Great shot fake by Boogie, who shows off the fundamentals.
69. Corner jumper from Howland is pure.
Oh, that's a sight for sore eyes. Eric Howland started off the season 0 for 12 from downtown. Some question marks started to come about, but ever since then, he's 4 for 6. And after that one, 5 for 7 as Cisse sends it back.
Tough contest. And a putback up and in from Shackelford.
Chaminade must have seen something on film, because everything has started with a post-up. They do not believe that Vanguard has anyone who can guard them in the post, clearly based on these first 7.5.
He's missing that time, Griffin. Early on the pass goes Stewart. Here comes Carson. Waits for the commitment and puts it up off glass.
How good is Alex Stewart been tonight? Obviously, he does first game action of his career, but he just looked at home tonight.
Yeah. Zone Yetter VU. 12 on the shot clock. The baseline drive. Clustered by 2 Lions. Inside pass. Mason Rising.
Tough situation there for Rob Aguirre. He got bumped off a little bit, so Pop Cisse thought he had to go into the help mode. But then all of a sudden, now putting 2 to the ball with enough time on the shot clock, they didn't work out the X out. Got to watch out for the special situations here. Watch the little pin to the lob.
2 on the shot clock.
2 feet away from the basket. You just can't.
From the corner, Irvin. Hits off the rim. Here comes VU.
But again, don't mistake it. That was an open shot because of Franklin. His screens are nasty tonight.
Vanguard, their season opener. You're riding a lot of momentum and energy, but you just got to take a breath and sort out how you want to play your best basketball.
And I love how you said that, Jared, because first game of the season, you got all that energy, right? Second half, we'll see. When that adrenaline wears off, that 15 minutes hits, and you're like, and all of a sudden the fatigue hits. We've already seen Pop Cisse ask for a sub. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more guys in the second.
Uchidegele in rhythm.
Second half, 3-pointers, Jared. He might not hit one in the first half, but you better believe it. It's a tight game. Boogie's going to get going, and now look at him. He's locked in on defense. He's got that look in his eye, Jared.
First 3-pointer of the day, given away. It's Cauley in transition, throws it down. The Lions are feeling it. It's a 7-0 run. Timeout, Coyotes. Uchidegele is going straight into attack mode. Oh my goodness. Boogie Uchidegele.
It's that time of the game, Jared. You saw it last year, Jared. I was a part of it. I know how infectious that is on the court to have the presence of Boogie, and I'm telling you, there's just something about it this time of the ball game where you need to either make a run or put a team to bed. This is the guy that you call.
Sanders, but he's the player who has that one-on-one ability, and he makes mincemeat of Pop Cisse, caught in 2 minds. Is he driving, is he shooting? And it's a pure one from 17 feet out.
If Cisse doesn't step up here early, it's going to be a long night for Vanguard defensively, because there's no depth at the 5 position, because Sammy Howland is out due to injury once again tonight. So if you have to go small against a stronger Sanders, watch out.
Hook shot, Cisse rolls around the cup. Rebound, Dominguez.
Not mad at that, though. You got to play aggressive to at least return the favor to make sure that Sanders can't rest on defense and gear up all of his energy on offense.
Shakes the drive. Nice slip pass down low, and the foul on Cisse on the late contest.
Every possession, Sanders has had a touch. Do you think that's a surprise? Dominguez Hills must have saw something yesterday, because they are going right at Pop Cisse. Coach Soliday and company have a decision to make here early.
Open man is Brown. Can't make him pay. Boothman At the back iron, and it's picked up by Carson.
Beautiful box out by Carson, but the problem remains at large, which is how do you lose a guy in transition that quickly? And then you notice Coach Solomon didn't waste any time getting Jace Allen off the floor. He did the same thing yesterday. A couple turnovers from Jace Allen. He said, no, I'm going back to the veteran steady hand presence in Bryson Metz.
Drives at Davis, spins off, pump fake, looks for an angle down low, and a little gentle floater. It's smooth and in rhythm here for Point Loma.
Coach Tiff wanted a three in the key. I got to disagree with him right there. I thought that was a well-timed steal by Nagy. That's his game right there. Had a tremendous feel. He let Hamas go to work. As soon as he was shut down, simple duck up, get inside, and a nice baby hook. I mean, you look at the guys who are gone. Jeremy Dent-Smith, 19 points, being third in the CCAA last year. Adam Afifi, another high-quality player for them, especially on the interior. Alex Garcia, Jordan Hillstock, JT Tant, and then DJ Guest. I mean, that is a slew of players who could start at any program, and they're gone. So you lose a lot of that veteran experience, and you're going to have to rebuild, but you still have those championship aspirations because you have a guy returning and a guy like David Cheatham who was salivating. He was that close to a national title. You know he wants to get back.
Sanders is a fruitful one.
Coach Downer is really trying to tell his guys to play with more pace and don't let the scorers set their half-court defense.
Down to 7 and 6. And off the window. That's a smooth move on the drive from Jaylen Brown.
Don't get lost on that, though. Jaden Johnston on the interior. He set a nice little Gortat screen. Sealed him off beautifully and screened the help side defender that would have been there, but fantastic job there. That's one of those that doesn't show up on the box score.
Did well to stand his ground from the corner. Harris, too strong. What a putback.
Judson Lowe getting up with that one. And I think what's more impressive is the ball control. He just stuck it up. Went full Spider-Man. Paul did not leave his fingertips.
Looking for a cutter, a slasher, anyone. It's Matingu. And makes him pay again.
Simple split action. Hit the elbow, get to a split. If it's there, cool. If not, we get to dribble handoff. If they ever play that, just backdoor. They're just playing a three-man game and just leaving the corners alone right now.
Driving inside, Stevens. He gets it off the window.
The problem is they don't have a guy like Jeremy Dent-Smith to kind of bail him out in these late game situations. Obviously, it was Cheatham who was the headliner as the returner for this year. You would assume that he's going to be the one down the stretch to take the shots as the foul game has begun.
Shot on the way, three-pointer it is good, nothing but net from number 1, Marcellus Edwards.
Yeah, Edwards not really known to shoot it from downtown, just under 25% from deep. And to shoot that with no hesitation is a good sign for the Golden Eagles.
Minter, they close on him quickly. Now Edwards, left side, on the way, off the bracket, no good. And rebound run down by Trey Thompson.
Great decision, though, by Westmont. If you're going to choose to close out on someone and leave someone open, I think they handled that beautifully in the scramble drill.
I just got to say that this guy's the GOAT. This was our 75th game together.
Oh, my goodness.
Believe it or not, over the last 4 or 5 years. And I was going to say, this guy's amazing. It's been a pleasure to call games with you. And I hope we get to do something in the future. But the last one here is bittersweet, Jared. And you are the freaking GOAT, man. And
Right back at you. You make my job easy, fun, and I mean, my job is always fun, folks, but it's just been so many great memories, so many hard. We've seen,
oh my gosh,
we've seen everything, folks, from crazy injuries to buzzer beaters to overtime, double overtime. We've seen triple overtime. And the journey for now ends here, as the Lions will take the sweep over the Biola Eagles on their senior night. They'll continue action next week for the final 3 games of the regular season, with both teams trying to field out and show out in March for the PacWest tournament. That'll do it here. On behalf of myself, Jared Roan, and JJ Johnson, and the entirety of the Vanguard Athletics crew, we thank you so much for taking the season to be with us. We hope that you enjoyed, and we will see you when we see you on the PacWest Network. Farewell and good night.